Smoke, fellas. Where's that smoke? There are fellas, brothers of the leaf, yeah, the bond stay tight. Where's that smoke? There are fellas, built on respect, every day, all night. Smooth operators with a gentleman code. Every puff calculated, every move so cold. From the lounge to the streets, yeah, the legend expands. We turned our hobby into a lifestyle brand. There are fellas, brothers of the leaf, yeah, the bond stay tight. Where's that smoke? There are fellas, built on respect, every day, all night.
Watch as a guest, miss. Go down and hit watch as a guest.
Oh, okay. We are live. Welcome to Humidor Sports and Cigars podcast. I am filling in as guest host today for Mr. SmokeFella's being he can't be here today. We are live. Everybody turn your things down. We are live from Ed Frank Mobile Cigar Lounge. We're actually sitting outside Eduardo's Limon Cigar Lounge, but we are in Ed Frank Mobile Cigar Lounge. No address, but we do have the owner herself in here with us, Misty Blue. You all already know.
Hey.
Yep, there's Misty. Misty, let them know how to contact you, where they can, how they can get your services.
Yes, sure. As you see, this is Ed Frank Mobile Cigar Lounge. Special thanks to SmokeFella's for doing a podcast in here. But if you guys would like to book me, you can reach me out on Facebook, on Instagram under Ed Frank Mobile Cigar Lounge. I have a website as well. That's mbwentertainment.com. where you can go onto the site and you can book me on those dates that you need. I also do private events where I can pull up to your home. Weddings, corporate events, golf outings. I pretty much do it all. This is a luxury mobile, as I said before, it seats 16 people. In the summertime, I can let the hitch back and your other guests can enjoy the experience. And I will have cigars for sale too for your guests who want to smoke cigars as an option. I have my brand out here that Kevin is holding up, Ed Frank Cigars. Ed Frank Cigars. So I have those, and they are also in 8 different lounges in the south suburbs.
All right, thank you, Misty. Thank you, Misty. And we are smoking Ed Frank today. This is a great smoke, probably one of the top boutique cigars out there. Oh, we got our SmokeFella brother Will Weed in the building too. He's just kind of hiding off camera, but he always here. But we got the other guys here. Go and introduce yourselves and kick it off with DY. Just go around.
What's up, good people? Happy to be back here on the show today. Shout out to Misty Blue. Shout out to Ed Frank Cigars. Definitely, like the money said, a great smoke. If you ever tried it, make sure you try it.
What's happening? KDL in the building. Happy Saturday, people. How y'all doing? Shout out to Misty Blue for hosting us. Letting us smoke our stick. Let's get it. Let's start some sports.
Hey, man, you people already know who I am. I ain't shouting on Misty no more because we done shout out Misty. We always shout out Misty because Misty is like a part of us. But I just want to let our host know he worse than Whack Kettleman. At least he introduced us. This dude talking about introduce yourselves.
Yeah,
Jay Grizz, Gandy, what up?
Yeah, what up? What up, Grizz?
I ain't doing all that.
Candy. Let's go, man. Let's go.
I ain't doing all that. I ain't him. All right, y'all. Let's jump right into it. So y'all know what's going on. The biggest story in sports right now, the Western Conference Finals. Western Conference Finals, we all been watching the games. We've been checking them out. Let's talk Game 6 before we preview tonight's game. let's go back to the last game, Game 6, which is how we got here. Spurs go in, go home, blow out OKC to force a Game 7. What's some of the observations you took from that Game 6, and some of the observations, just the series as a whole? What are some of the things that you noticed and maybe you didn't really peep at first?
They've been blowing out each other. They've been taking turns. And we said that last week. They've been taking turns blowing out each other. So now, technically, if you go by game to game, it's really OKC's time to blow them out, right? I mean, they've been going there, game for game. But here's what I noticed. And the refs, it's too late now because it's Game 7. Tonight, they're going to allow Hardenstein to literally grab Wemby's arm on the free throw line or boxing out or whatever. They're gonna bump people from behind, and the refs are not gonna call it. Shea is gonna shoot a shot and literally fall down and lay out trying to get a foul. That's gonna happen because it's in OKC. I think, and this is gonna be terrible. I think it's gonna be a good game all the way up to the fourth quarter, and I think it's gonna be some crucial calls that OKC gets. OKC gonna put away.
DY, what you got?
Biggest Game 6 observation for me is how the officials have continued to allow this to be a physical series. These two teams essentially battled it out, even though most games at the end have not necessarily been very, very close. But nevertheless, they continue to display the physical aspect of this game, which is surprising for me to see in this day and age. Typically don't see a physical series like this, which tells me in a nutshell that these two teams really don't like each other. Kind of got a little bit of Wemby's competitive edge. You kind of see that coming out as he's maturing into the league and maturing throughout the playoffs. I think his teammates have kind of, climbed on his back with that competitive edge, with that feistiness, with that, that little nastiness and grit. Biggest observation for me is what I've seen. And I only hope and anticipate tonight's game is a game that remains competitive between the two teams. I hope it's a close game. They really deserve to battle it out. I'd hate to see a blowout, even though it's really, really hard playing in that building. I heard I heard my man from the Pacers said, he's like, that's one of the toughest places to play. One of the loudest places to play. So
Seems like they're right on top of you. Like the crowd is like right on top.
College.
Yeah.
I expect to be a hard fought battle.
So I take a little bit from both of them. I like the competitiveness. I like the toughness. I like the competitiveness. I like the toughness. I like how they're going back and forth. I don't want to see a blowout. I want to see a real Game 7 where it go down to the wire. But as Kev said, I don't want the refs to be the reason that somebody loses this game.
Yes.
I want them to lose the game because somebody missed a shot, didn't play a crucial defense series or something like that. I don't want it to be a ref call where they calling these ticky-tack foul, lopsided and stuff like that. I want them to let them play. Let us see some classic basketball, bro. And I think if the Spurs play right, they got a chance to pull this out. Even though it's a tough spot to play in. I like how I don't like that how they run the system through Wemby a lot of times. Because when they do a lot of these stupid lobs, just because he's 7'5", that doesn't mean he's always going to get this lob. Play your offense, bro. And when that lob is there, give it to him. Don't get into a wild possession, and then the first thing you want to do is just throw it up because he's 7'5", you think you're going to get it. That's not going to work.
I think he's on the perimeter too much. I think he needs to. He doesn't like physical play. You can tell he hates it, right?
Oh,
he can't take it all. He hates that. Yeah. So he'd rather float around the perimeter. You ain't got to get on the block and have them push you out. Flash in the middle. Just come across. Start from the wing. Flash in the middle. Out. Literally flash in the middle and turn around and shoot. Can't nobody block your shot.
Nobody.
Since you don't like the physical play on the block. Another thing.
Yeah, the problem is though he brings the ball down a lot.
Exactly. That's
he
why
brings it down a lot.
That's
like
point.
every time his first move is
so you can just turn and shoot.
That's it.
Instead of, because when you try to dribble from the top, you dribble from a 7'5".
Right.
So they coming up under you. They trying to hit it from the.
But you can't get low enough.
Can't get low. So on San Antonio's perspective, watch every game. When San Antonio does not turn the ball over, they win.
They win.
Yeah.
When they turn the ball over, Castle, they throw the game away, and it usually happens in OKC. In San Antonio, Castle had one turnover. Game 6, one.
I'm gonna tell you another
Man
crucial point.
averaged 5 turnovers.
Another crucial point of this game is it's really the guard play. And when I say the guard play on San Antonio's part, I'm talking about De'Aaron Fox.
Where's he been?
He's hurt.
He's still laboring
He's
on
hurt.
that leg, bro.
He got both ankles messed up.
But they go as he go because he's the one who get that penetration and he's able to kick that ball
He
out.
can't penetrate.
And that's the problem right now. He hurting, man.
He can't. If you watch him, he's not even shooting jump shots. He's like shooting set shots.
Yeah.
Like he's really. So does that go to? But so does that go to coaching, right? If just like when Jalen Williams, like when OKC put him in there, which everybody agreed he shouldn't have been out there.
But they wrote him out tonight.
Yeah, there's no way he should have been out there. But even in De'Aaron Fox's case, if he's hurting the team, I get it. He's one of your star players, and when he's healthy, he's a beast. But if it seems like he's hurting the team. And if I'm OKC, the way he's moving, anybody he guard, I'm going.
You got to attack him, put him in a pick and roll, whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna make them ankles work.
Will got a comment.
Go ahead, Will.
That being said, San Antonio plays better with De'Aaron Fox on the court. Their confidence is higher when he's just present on the court. When he's in the street clothes, they're not the same team.
Yeah.
But when he's just present, meaning if I can trot him out there for 2 or 3 minutes, they play better. He gets confidence into Harper. Castle don't make as many turnovers.
Exactly.
Right. Not so if you're handling the ball.
Sometimes it's just the presence of him being on there that changes their mentality.
It's that veteran
So
leadership.
so y'all think game 7? Let me ask y'all this collectively. Game 7. Fox is clearly hurt, man. His minutes is taken away from Harper, Vassell, Champagne. Castle gonna play, so I won't say that. But Champagne, Vessel, and Harper. You don't think, like you said, coach, you don't think, hey, dog, can you give it to us or not? We're going to roll with these young boys, man. These young boys are great. The problem with Castle is he's too aggressive. I love it.
Yeah, Castle's like Westbrook.
And you just got to deal with it because he's helping
one
you,
speed.
but then he going to hurt. Like, you just got to
the
deal
answer
with
is this. When the Knicks won their last championship, people always talk about Willis Reed coming out. People don't understand. Willis Reed didn't play the game. He just came out.
It was just
the fact that he was out.
He was out there for a couple of plays.
Yeah.
Come sit down. That may be what you have to do with Castle. It's just, hey, man, come.
Fox,
The Fox.
Fox,
come
right.
out, make a presence.
But this is where I go back to old school coaching. This is why I go back to old school coaching, though. If I see a gimpy dude out there, we attack him.
Of course.
So I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. The confidence up and all that. But if he gimpy, I'm treating him like Luka and Austin Reeves and them. Who he sticking? Come on, scream. I'm gonna work with the
But let me tell you the flaw in that plan. You got the unanimous defensive player of the year that is hungry to block anything coming inside. So yeah, you could put Fox up top and his man gonna beat him one-on-one. But once he beat him one-on-one, what are his options? Rainbow shot probably?
Shoot the float.
Or get the ball blocked.
And I'm glad you said that because here's another problem with that. If you watch these games, there's been plenty of times that Wemby has been caught out of position where he should be down there getting ready to block a shot. He's been caught out of position and wind up scoring. That has happened a lot. Their rotation has been rotating like it should be on that defensive man when it comes to that.
Yeah, but the other issue you're gonna have is Holmgren actually can shoot it. Hartenstein can't shoot it.
Right.
So when Hartenstein's in, Wemby can kind of linger around the basket. When Holmgren in, he can't linger around the basket. You have to at least be where you can kind of challenge the shot.
He's caught out of position.
And that's when he's caught. So it's still an X's and O's game. You know what I mean? It still comes down because these teams, talent-wise, are pretty evenly matched.
OKC is gonna miss Mitchell if he's not playing tonight. That Wallace dude gonna have to show up. McCain is gonna have to show up. Like Shea gonna need help.
Well, McCain ain't seen a shot he ain't like.
Well, he got the heart to take it.
Yeah.
Holmgren, like, what did he get you about 2 games? What Holmgren?
2 games.
Yeah.
He's literally scared to even stand next to him. You ask me. But tonight, Shea got to be like, bro, I don't care if he blocked every shot. I need you to be aggressive. I need you. And if you challenge him, kick it out. Wallace is sitting out there. McCain is sitting out there. The other cats that can hit threes. Caruso wouldn't shock me. Caruso had 30 tonight.
No one
You know
shot
why?
me. Not at
Because
all.
Holmgren, you can't count on him.
Right.
And Wallace ain't no scorer like that. McCain, he ain't scared to shoot it, but he's not a scorer like that.
And
Caruso been there, done it. Caruso standing in that corner, hit that shot.
I'm glad you said that because on OKC's part, Shea is the man, but Caruso is an X factor for that team, bro.
Give
Because
the
he
coach
got the
credit.
experience.
Give the coach credit
Oh, you got to get a coach credit.
because he makes sure that Caruso get caught in the switch. When he has a sticker,
Yep.
when he's cheating,
Yep.
so Caruso's wide open.
And Caruso, he has the experience, he has the veteran leadership, and he ain't scared. Caruso going at you. If you're gonna foul, you're gonna foul. You block a shot, you're gonna block a shot. But
Caruso have been more than X factor.
Dude.
He been bought. He's
dude, yeah,
I mean, he's pretty much.
Caruso been ridiculous.
He's the Robin pretty much of this team
Because
right now.
Hogan
He's
is
the second best player right now to me.
I
on
agree.
OKC. It's
I have to agree.
SGA than him.
Because Holmgren is not. That's my point. Holmgren is not sure.
Mhm.
So give me somebody, man. And Shea is still putting it up, but it's hard.
So let's go
You know
with
what I'm
predictions, man. Let's go predictions.
Hold on, but before we do that,
Okay.
because I want to go a little deeper. We got a little
What's up,
time.
man?
I want to go deeper. Have the refs played too big of a part in this series so far? In you all's opinion?
Yes.
Yes.
But it's still game 7.
Mhm.
So yes, they have because it's blatant. Just watch the game, bro. I'm looking at a free throw line. Everybody block out, right? Hardenstein, and even when Wemby is posting up, Hardenstein is literally grabbing his arm, bro, to the point. So Wemby do this, look like he flopping. No, this dude is grabbing his arm. They coming through. San Antonio could move somebody doing this in his back.
Right.
Like they are intentionally, and they letting them get away with it. That's blatant, bro. We watching this. Even the announcers like, whoa, little shot there. Like the announcers is kind of telling you, watch this. So now, if it's on the media, bro, you got to clean that up, man. Because if San Antonio lose, it's gonna be the refs,
And it's crazy.
and they got
because
video footage. Man.
it's different if we saying it, you know what I'm saying? We saying it, we like, oh man, you missed that call. That's what we saying as fans. But when you hear commentators right there on the court saying it,
They looking at it live.
dude, how as you guys as a ref, how can you not see that? That's just like when my man tried to call the challenge. And they walked right past him, like he was seeing you right in his face.
That was blatant. That was terrible.
So
Yes,
with
that
stuff
was
like that, bro, and then when you get one of these athletes who called out the refs, then you want to penalize him and stuff because he called out the ref. No, he doing his job. Dude, y'all missing this, and this is costing us.
DY?
I think this is a little different. I'm sure you guys remember the '90s heydays, and we knew referees by their whole name.
You
holler. You know what I'm
they
saying?
gonna be infamous right there, boy.
And
Steve
yeah,
Jackson.
they would change the momentum and time of the entire game. In some instances, even a series. With these refs, I think each game is different. I think the officiating hasn't been necessarily consistent. I think that's the biggest thing that we all see. It's not consistent the way they call games. You know what I'm saying? I hate to say home court advantage, but I think they tend to maybe the audience feeds into it a little bit and how they call. That's why I say I hope tonight they just kind of let them play. They can keep the physicality, but just don't. Even if it begins to get chippy, don't let the officiating dictate. Let these two heavyweights battle it out.
Let me ask you this: Do you agree with Shea doing this thing, shooting, and literally laying on the ground?
Hold on, because I want to get into that next. I want to get in that real quick. What is, and I agree with you. I hope the refs let them, but I think the refs are kind of struggling with letting it be physical, letting them play, and trying not to let it get out of hand. Because if I'm letting you grab, but then when you start hitting cats in the back, like okay, now hold on, that's too much.
Okay, but you're not calling that. That's what I'm doing.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You would call the
But
first
that's
foul.
so.
I'm gonna have to retaliate.
I know, but I'm just saying. So I'm just giving the refs a little props and saying it's kind of hard to dictate, that kind of control the pace of the game. I'm either gonna let you go, but then if you're gonna get out of hand, I gotta call it.
If you're gonna let me go in the first quarter, let me go in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I agree.
That's what I've always told about.
I agree.
You're gonna let us play, bro.
Right.
If this is how we doing it,
Right.
then you gotta let us do it in the fourth quarter.
Because it's gonna go from a few grabs to
So a couple of
to bowls. That I was like, okay, that's too much.
As long as they're up high.
But before we even talk Game 7 predictions, I want to ask you guys this, because there's been a lot of talk about, let's say, the two superstars on each team, Wemby and SGA. Let's start with SGA. What have you learned? Because now all of a sudden, after his second MVP season, now it's all this talks of him foul baiting, and all this is coming out. And like, how do you guys feel about that? D-Y, what are you seeing? Because now I never really paid attention to the foul baiting with SGA, but that game he only had 7 field goals and still hit 32 points.
17 free throws.
Yeah, that's crazy. D-Y.
There was a report. A guy did an analysis on the number of times they did the top 5 high volume scorers in the league, meaning scorers who have the ball a lot. So it's Harden, SGA, I think Brunson was in there. The big thing to come out of that analysis, on 50% of SGA's shots taken, he is more than likely to get a foul call. The other caveat of that analysis is the time that they hit the floor. So 50%. So he knows if I hit the floor, I have a 50% shot of getting a foul call, i.e. 2 free throws. They know that. Analytics is everything right now. So I think whether it's described as foul baiting or not, I think he knows in the back of his mind, if my team needs 30 tonight, I'm going to be on this floor 15 times, 30 times.
The way he's doing it, bro, I can see if you shoot a shot, yeah, we all in souls fouls, but you shoot a shot like this, you're literally falling down, laying on the ground, like literally laying,
Hoping to get the count.
and then getting up and just running like it's nothing. He don't want to catch you, like you said, about 1-2 times. I get to the free throw line. Every score from the Jordans, the Malones, the Kobe's, they all shot a lot of free throws. James Harden, the year he averaged 30, shot a lot of free throws. So the free throw thing is I'm not really tripping on that. I'm tripping on the way he's trying to draw fouls. And he's doing it more this year, which is why it's pointed out. He's doing it more this year than he did last year. He's blatantly, bro, laying out after shots. Bro, come on, man.
Okay.
Come on, man.
So,
Bro.
hold on. I get what you're saying. He's blatantly doing it. So as we watch the league progress, he's not the only one that's done it. Of course, we got plenty of people to do it. If they know they're going to get that call, they're going to do it.
But James Harden,
We seen Harden when he did it.
Yeah.
We will always say LeBron is flopping. So this is nothing new that we haven't seen evolve. So now Shea figured out a way where he can get to the line, score his point, and do what he needs to do for his team.
But now I've heard some people call him flop. I think it's a big difference in flopping and
I think
that's a huge difference.
he know the refs
That's foul
are going. He know the refs are going to call certain things.
Because both of you guys mentioned a name. Harden's Houston Rockets days, he was a foul baiter to the max. If you like this, Harden will come under your arm and make sure. Like, he was a foul baiter, but Harden wasn't on the floor a lot. Like, SGA is doing a lot with and SGA a lean and fall. He makes sure he hits the
I'm gonna
floor.
point out when he do it.
He'll lean in and make sure he falls and hits the floor. Which
That I think is the difference.
yes,
right there.
that's the big
That's the
difference.
part where that falls on the refs.
Every shot.
Right.
Am I right? That falls on refs.
So the one thing I think I heard either Tariq or Brain say this during a previous game is the refs have to determine if after he shoots it, does the defensive player
In
impede
his face.
his way down? SGA has mastered a way
To
to,
make it look
to
like-
create the illusion
That
that
they
this
impede
defender
him.
is somehow impeding my safe weight down.
But we ain't got no Bruce Browns out here no more.
What?
Like, bro.
Bruce Brown ain't getting 25 shots a
Bruce
game.
Brown's always up on
Versus
somebody.
Bowen.
He's
First
off.
off.
That was
Bowen.
Bowen.
That's right,
Not
exactly.
Brown.
I'm
Bruce
sorry.
Bowen.
I'm sorry. Bruce Bowen.
He turned Kobe ankles a few times.
Yeah,
didn't he?
that's why I remember.
Yeah.
But he the reason they changed the rule.
Yeah, that's
with
why
that.
they changed.
But that's what I'm saying. It's not the. Here's the thing: Shea is not getting his shot blocked. So think about this. As much as he the master of the mid range, baseline, whatever, he's not getting his shot blocked. So he's getting his shot off. Why are you doing all that, man? Like I'm watching the game the other night. Like, hey, bro, come on.
You know what a shooter knows? When he misses.
When it leaves his
You
hand,
know when
right?
that ball in your hand, it's off.
He know.
And when that happens, he's going to make that extra
Yeah.
kick, fall, and it's on the referees at some point to go, even if I saw you get fouled, guess what? Play on.
And that's
I
what
have
I
no
said.
problem.
I'm not gonna bail you out.
I have no problem with the physicality of where people are playing.
And that's what I said. Eventually it falls on the
Even
left.
down to Wimby, I have no issue with people being physical with him. They're grabbing him and holding him, not taking his arm up. That's different
But
from
you see
being
all that
physical.
too, right?
Yes, but that's different from being physical.
Yeah,
For
that's,
me,
that's
if
a little.
you kind of pokes me up and I got your strength to push you out, that's on you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Get away.
So I think that's a big problem, even with the injuries. I've been saying it for the last few years. Basketball is not meant to be played from the floor. You are not supposed to be hitting the floor that much. You're gonna get that's when them soft tissue. You constantly trying to jump up and run. It's Dwayne Wade, Iverson, cats who always hitting the floor. You stay hurt. MP's problem. He always on the floor. Anthony Davis always on the floor. You gotta play through it and step, but everybody's trying to draw the foul. So everybody gotta fall and hit the floor. So that's one thing. So now let's go to Wemby. What have you learned about Wemby? Especially in this particular series, we're getting to see every single game he's playing.
If you ask me, I've learned he does not like physicality because that's not how they play in France. However, this is the best thing for him. You know why? Because he hasn't grown into his grown man body yet. Y'all got to remember that. He's young. He's still going to put on pounds just naturally at some point, right?
His body might not be able to carry weight, dog.
Well, no. I'm not saying weight, but I'm saying he's naturally going to, as he gets in, 20,
Like
25, he's naturally going to get his grown man body. I guarantee you, David Robinson, hell, I'll reach out to Elijah if I was he in Texas. I'll reach out and say, hey, man, I need y'all footwork. I already got the jump shot. I need y'all to show me how I can take this physicality, be a little more physical. Not bulk up, because you're right, he ain't going to be able to carry that weight. But
Can you teach taking physicality though?
You got to because he's not used to it.
That's a mental
he
thing,
hates
man.
it, bro.
Like,
When Caruso was doing that, he was
You can't
he hates it.
you can't teach physicality.
You can
Only thing you can do is, like you said, you can bulk up, get your man. You got to get your grown man strength. Once you get your grown man strength, they can teach you how to get down low and counter that physical weight.
help hold your spot.
That's what it is. You can't teach nobody how to be physical. You can only teach them how to counter.
step back a little bit.
Got a question for you, Kev.
Yes, sir.
You played, Monty outplayed. Who played the game, you understand this. When you being physical with somebody, if you really allow them to push you certain ways, they actually push you into a shot.
And that's what they're going to do.
He has to learn how to use what they're
Yeah,
doing
counter it.
with a counter move.
Yep. Exactly.
Because you're not going to teach him to bulk up that much. He's going to bulk up, like say, his grown man strength. But what you learn to do is how to get a base. So when people are being physical with you, you can get to your shot.
Get that core
It's
strength.
not
That
standing
core.
up strength. It's that when I get down here,
Base, yeah.
I got a base to play
More
with.
so his legs.
I got one
He
prime
gonna
example
get this.
who was good with that. Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan wasn't as physical as people thought he was.
You
could handle it.
You couldn't move,
But
something
you
like
couldn't
move
stop
him,
him.
right?
Once he got down there, if you had the physical strength to move him, he had that move where he was coming off that glass, and you could not stop off that
Tip
glass.
go right, left. He could go.
And he's gonna go off that glass.
He has so many.
Wemby has to realize, dude, I'm 7'5". Once I get down there, if I can hold my base, it ain't too much nobody can do to me. Once I get that base and get planted and get that ball, I'm done. It's it. I'm a cookie.
That's what I'm saying. Flash him across the middle. Have him catch the ball on the middle. He can kick it out for 3, or he can just simply turn around the dotted line and shoot the ball, dog. No one is gonna block your shot.
And 9 times out of 10,
That
you're
way
gonna get
you
the
ain't
foul
down
because they're
there,
trying to get you.
I'm gonna let DY go because I got an observation too. Go ahead, DY.
Beyond the physical aspect of it, the thing that I've learned about Wemby, and I hope tonight tells a story. TWTW, the will to win. What he has shown me up here and in here
He has
is he has it on full display. But I think his competitive edge has really come out and shown in this series. I hope tonight he gives everything he has and puts it all on the line to win. I think that'll tell the story of, okay, how long this player is. Wemby going to be around for 5 years, or is he going to dominate for the next 15 years? I think that story is going to get told. Part of that story is going to get told tonight. And if they advance into the finals, he's going to be in for a hell of a series, especially with the physical aspect of it.
New York, yeah.
I think he's got that will to win.
Yeah,
This is the same dude got mad at the Cup. Remember that?
yeah,
Same dude got mad at the All-Star. Like he wants to win. I ain't a problem.
yeah. He hates losing.
Yeah.
He hates it, but I expect that passion to be on full display tonight.
What I've learned about Wemby is two things. I didn't realize he can't play for long stretches.
I knew you were going to say
He
that.
definitely can't play for long stretches.
I knew you
So
were gonna say
if the tempo, if I'm OKC, I'm pushing the tempo all day. Like I'm gonna run him so he can get off the court so we can start driving to the basket. But the biggest thing my biggest observation with him is everyone has been so obsessed with the 7'5" and can dribble and can shoot. He doesn't know how to play like a big man. So I watched him even when he tries to post, he doesn't know how to like get his body in position when Caruso be on him.
He don't like to.
But it's not even that. He don't even know how to, you know how you learn like to fend off and to keep your hand up high and get the ball
Don't
here.
bring the damn ball
And
down.
every time he gets the ball, he brings it down.
Yep.
So I've learned that he's been like, I think everyone is so amazed with his, with the skill set. Like Ralph Sampson was probably one of the best, most skilled big men ever too. Ralph Sampson can do it all, but Ralph Sampson knew how to play like a big man. Like you say, flash the high post. Wemby don't know how to flash and none of that. So I'm seeing a lot of weaknesses in his game. Like you said, 7'5", like when he's down there and he's dominating, he's 30 and 18 boards and 5 blocks a night. But the reason he can't do that because no one is ever, not even overseas, and he's not learning it now. No one's teaching him how to play like a big.
That's why Kev said in the off season, whatever they do this, but in the off season, that's why he needs to reach out to some of those dominant big men who played that position and who knew how to get there and set it right.
Right.
No, you ain't gonna show him because he's going against the Knicks team. So.
Right.
But don't you feel like the game has evolved away from that? Like name me the top 3 post players in the league right now. Guys who play with their back to the basket, play in the post, have you know what I'm saying? They don't
when he wants to.
They don't have to be scorers, but I don't think that's today's game anymore.
It's not, but the problem is when you have a disadvantage like that, you gotta use your disadvantage. 7'5" is a hell of a disadvantage. So you have to use that disadvantage against against other teams.
And I think the difference in I hear what you're saying, DY, but I think some of those bigs like Embiid and Joker, them, they actually know how to when they need to. They just choose not to.
They just don't.
Wemby just doesn't know how to. I've watched him try to like post, and I'm like, he looked awkward and his feet. But even with that, he can't get a base. He literally doesn't know how.
I ain't seen a man shoot a jumper. You ever seen him shoot a jumper?
Never.
And if you think about it, just like Embiid, when we said Embiid, well, how many of us started watching Embiid and like, why is he out here, man? He killed him on the block. He keep going out here, go back to the block. They can't stop you.
His MVP year, he wasn't.
He killed him.
Yeah.
He was dominating.
But that's what I'm saying. Embiid actually, when he needs to, you put a 6'3", 6'4" cat on Embiid.
And guess who he watched?
He posted.
Guess who he worked
with?
with? He worked with Elijah Wan.
Yeah, I mean that's
Joker will too. Now Joker can't jump, but he got so many moves. He'll put his body on like Joker.
But Joker knows how to put you on his back.
Right.
Like Wemby has never learned that. So
Like
that's
Kevin said, he's still young. He's growing into it.
he's still young.
And he's starting to transition from that European style to the American style of basketball.
But I hope he can learn how, because he could be one of the greatest bigs ever if he really learned how to play like you gotta know how to mix it up. You gotta know how to, okay, this is cool sometime and the threes and all that, but you gotta know how to get down there and dominate.
Point, this is a after effect of positionless basketball.
Yeah.
This is one of those effects of today's game.
I agree.
Point guards don't even exist anymore.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, a
Anybody
guy
can ball up.
who's, you know, it's a bunch of forwards playing whatever position they want to play. When we bring in coaching, these are all things that happen because of positionless basketball.
Yeah.
This is downfall. You don't have a big man's game because there are no big men playing big man positions anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Karl Anthony Towns is running the Knicks offense.
Mm-hmm.
So that he's the power forward, point forward for the offense.
Yeah.
That tells you positionless basketball, positionless basketball all over. Brunson doesn't have to handle the ball anymore. Think about it. That's to the game. That's today's game. True. However, 7-5 is 7-5, bro. And the reason why I keep saying this, bro,
Can't teach height.
the reason why I keep saying this is you don't like the physicality, you don't have a post move, you ain't got no jumper. Cool. Flash across that middle where that dotted line is and simply turn and shoot, bro. No one will block your shot.
But like we were saying,
No one. They can't
what's his
push you out
first
at that
move?
point.
He brings the ball down every
But
time.
it's stupid. Just
He
catch
brings
the
it
ball
down
up here
every time.
and you turn and shoot. They can't block you.
It
They're
matters.
gonna figure a way to push you
But
out.
if
so
you
can't
didn't,
come.
you know how hard it is to unlearn something. If you've been playing this way your whole life, and now all of a sudden, I mean, he's really gonna have to focus on getting that aspect of his game, like you say, keeping it high,
David Robinson,
like
is
catching
down
it,
there.
keeping it high.
David Robinson and Duncan is in the building.
I
Yeah.
think
They in every game.
I think you looking at it. I think you I think you're in the right lane, but I don't think it's Robinson and Elijah that he needs to learn from. I think
Duncan down there.
and CP3 said this the other day. He should spend the summer with Dirk Nowitzki. Because one thing Dirk never did as being a bigger guy, he never put the ball down.
Right.
Everything you know about Dirk, he always kept the ball up.
Yeah.
And when he learned that and adapted that to the NBA, he became dominant. So I think, you know, if it involves low post stuff, maybe Elijah footwork, things like that on the block, yeah, I get it. But in today's day and game, I think if he spends some time with Dirk and watching him, when Dirk got that 1 foot lean, that fade,
It was over.
it was a wrap.
Yeah, Dirk could kind of he'll do you like this, but
He'll turn around, he'll
Say
face
it,
you,
right.
and then fall back.
And even as a guy, like that's a good point. Even as someone as big as Dirk, you've never seen Dirk get stripped.
Nope.
You've never seen nobody like rip the
And his
ball
shot
from
didn't get
Dirk
blocked.
down here, and his shot never got blocked. So that's a great point. All right, with that being said, guys, let's get into Game 7 predictions. 2 nights. This is it. Game 7. What? 7 o'clock.
yes, sir.
7 o'clock. NBC.
Yes.
7 o'clock. NBC tonight. Game 7. Some people's calling this the real championship. But we're gonna talk about that too. We're gonna get into that too.
I ain't gonna disrespect y'all, Sil.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that too. So who we got, Pat?
I'm gonna go with the Spurs.
You taking an upset?
I'm taking the Spurs as an upset. Even though I don't really feel they should be an upset, but I'm gonna take the Spurs. And I'm not gonna say we already know Wiggy is the key, but the really key to them is how Castle will sell them play. He needs his younger guys to show up tonight, and they need to show up defensively.
DY?
My heart is rooting for the Spurs, but my prediction is going to be OKC. And to your point, you talk about the guard play. I think experience is going to win out today. I think the inexperience of the Spurs young guards is going to be their definite. So I look out for that early on in the game to see how the Spurs backcourt plays, how efficient they are. You talked about the turnovers. If they're not on, OKC is going to run away with this game. And I just feel like experience is going to reign supreme tonight.
Kevo?
Can't turn back now. My original prediction was OKC in 7. I see no reason to change that. Would I be shocked? No. But I see no reason to change that. I had OKC at 7 for the jump. The key is gonna be how the refs call the game in the beginning. Y'all gotta watch how this happens. If Castle gets too early fouls, Sale gets too early fouls, Wemby gets too early. Like you gotta watch how the game is being called. If SGA shoots 5-6 free throws in the first quarter, right on the ball. I want it now. If they come out not calling nothing, let's say the refs like we ain't gonna be to blame tonight. Y'all gonna play. They tell the team captains at the beginning of the game, look here, we're gonna call the obvious. Anything else, this game 7. I want the best team to win. If they come out not calling nothing,
then you good to go.
yeah, we good to go. Now it's who the best team.
We you in here with us?
That's the key to watching the beginning.
It's an emotional thing. Emotionally, I want the Spurs to win. Reality, I think OKC, because it's in OKC, has an advantage. But I'm gonna go with Pat for the upset.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh. Could this be Wemby's mega star breakout game?
So you got the tiebreaker. 2 OKCs, 2 San Antonio.
Well, me and Sly got a bottle bet, so I'm going with OKC. Okay. I want my bottle. I want my bottle. So I'm gonna go. But even without that, I think like OKC, that building's gonna be rocking.
Yes, sir.
I think San Antonio will have to play flawless to pull it out tonight. Like threes got to be on.
They have to come out.
Wemby got to be like 30 and 20 boards, 5 or 6 blocks for San Antonio to pull this off. Not saying Wemby won't do that, but like I said, it have to be Castle and all those guys have to be on. So I think OKC will pull it out tonight. So I'm going OKC.
Yeah.
I'm going OKC.
I gotta go OKC.
Okay.
Hold on.
Who was that?
Go ahead. Ben, go ahead.
I can't hear him.
Turn your volume up.
Yeah, we can't hear him.
All right, go ahead, Ben.
My vote is for the Spurs.
Oh, look at
So we 3-2.
Mr. Snow,
We're 3-3.
chimed in out of
3-3.
nowhere.
3-3. Now is that
He hung up.
He hung up. Oh, okay.
Sean back there, get Sean vote.
Sean, you the tiebreaker.
We can't hear Sean on this end, so Sean, we got a tiebreaker. Let you two know. Let the
Tap
world
it in
know.
the chat.
Or put it in the chat so I can announce it.
I wouldn't be shocked, y'all. I really wouldn't.
No, you know what? Honestly,
I just don't see it happening.
You know what? With me saying that though about Spurs playing a perfect game, they're capable of doing it.
They are.
They capable of
But look
doing
at
it.
how the series been going. It's OKC's time to win. Like they've been going. I blow you out. You blow me out. I blow you out.
Yeah.
Like it's OKC's turn.
That's why.
Not a blowout. Not a blowout.
That's why
I
tonight-
don't think it's gonna be a blowout.
Like DY said, like tonight, we need a real classic game.
Yes, sir.
Seven.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And if they pull away DY like you said in the fourth quarter, then it'll
Sean
be a
said
setup
San
to win.
Antonio, baby.
Whoa.
Sean got some. Okay, 4-3, San Antonio.
Whoa.
San Antonio. All right, y'all. Let's get before we go to break. Let's get into the Eastern Conference. You know, the Knicks been chilling for about a week, but the hype in New York is real. The hype is
Oh my God.
the hype is ridiculous
Can
in
you
New
imagine
York
that
right
thing
now.
again?
The hype in it's gonna be crazy.
Oh my God.
The way they celebrate that Eastern Conference championship, you would have thought they won. Damn, you'd have thought they already won the finals. But first, realistically, do you all think the Knicks got a chance with either one of these teams?
Yes.
Yes.
I do.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. Yes.
Knicks are
Everybody-
playing their best ball of the entire season. They've been dominant. They haven't lost a game. I mean, that to me, that says something
They won about 20 a night.
in the playoffs. I think this is by far the best Knicks team that I've seen in a very long time. And I hope OKC win because I want to see if they got enough to take down the defending champions.
Dude, the Knicks, when you think about the Knicks, they playing hella fine defense. They got a all veteran team, and they deep. The Knicks are deep, bro. They can go down to 9-10
Enough
deep.
guards to match up with
Right.
guards.
And they got big guards.
Yep.
Brunson is the smallest one they got.
My only feel with that is OKC and the Spurs got a lot of bodies to throw at Brunson. They got a lot of and bigger bodies. They got a lot of bodies to throw at Brunson. So you would need like Bridges and all those guys to have a hell of a series to pull out.
And that's what I'm saying. That's
Like,
why
you need them.
That's why
Because I think they could throw. Each team could put 3 or 4 people on Brunson.
Bridges playing lights out. But
Yeah, he balling, right?
Brunson is a Chicago dog. I don't
He
care
is. I got the
who
heart
you
of the
put on him.
Sherman, who's the dude hitting these threes?
Shammy.
Sherman.
Yeah.
All right, is this mic on? This is only gonna happen once. Is the mic on?
You're gonna say something from New York.
Hey, DJ Silver. Get one time. The New York Knicks have a chance to win the NBA championship. They do. And here's why. They changed their style of play. They're going through Karl Anthony Towns now, and he's dictating offense. So if he either penetrates, Brunson is coming off screens, he's not handling the ball like that. Everybody else, Josh Hart, name it, go down the line. They all ball because of the way Mike Brown changed, which is the Atlanta series.
Yeah.
Mike Brown changed the offense. It's been working. They've been blowing people, bro. They're playing people. Now the competition gets harder now. Let's not act like they ain't played OKC, San Antonio type teams. But that being said, they balling. They have a chance to beat either one of these teams. I would not have said that in the beginning with the Brunson domination. But now the way they playing, they got a chance, bro.
I personally think this is going to
whoever
come
coming
down.
out of his wounded.
Right. But I personally think for the Knicks to have a shot, it's going to come down to the OGs, the Bridges,
And that's
the Chambers.
That's true.
Because I think
OG
because I think Brunson, like I say, both teams got a lot of bodies to throw at Brunson and at Cat. They both got bigs. They can throw at them. So I think they may kind of cancel out, but you're gonna need those other cats.
Cat's gonna,
So really, Josh Hart, you're gonna need cats like that to have a big series.
OG.
I think to pull it
Cat's
out.
gonna have to score because here's the problem. If you run into OKC, you got Hartenstein and Humidor, right?
Right.
Well, Cat's on the perimeter running offense now. He's not really on the block like that.
Right.
They play the big man game. The Hartenstein at the free throw line, lob in the check. Well, who in the back to stop that?
Yeah.
Cat. Mr. Robinson. Mr. Robinson just had surgery on the speaker.
Yeah, they saying Mr. Robinson's questionable for the series.
He gonna play.
No, he playing.
They say he playing.
Because he broke it, right? It's broke.
Yeah,
He had surgery. He
Yeah,
gonna
like
wear
he did
something around his hand.
Oh, okay.
He's playing.
He don't shoot any damn way. He catch the
Right.
ball, you know,
Right.
but the way, he gonna have to adjust to it the first couple games. But they're gonna. So that's the 2 big man attack. Okay, cool. Now let's go San Antonio. Wemby is a monster. You can't put Cat on him individually. So how do you, if you're the Knicks, how do you guard Wemby? How do you stop him?
Josh Hart.
Yeah, it's hard to be up under, like
But
just
yeah,
like they do with
Harden-
Caruso.
yeah,
Just like Caruso.
Just like Caruso.
Yeah, harder to do that.
Here's the Knicks X factor. Mike Brown and the job he has done with this team, and really every team that he's coached.
Yeah, if you think about it.
If whoever makes it, I will be rooting for the Knicks. As a Chicago Bulls fan, it's hard for me to admit that, but I am a Mike Brown fan. I am a fan of a redemption story. I'm a fan of payback.
His greatest achievement.
I am a fan of his coaching. I think he deserves it, and I think he can prove all the naysayers wrong if he can coach this Knicks team to a world championship.
Well, you're right. This is definitely because Mike Brown is he's always been the coach that couldn't get over the top.
Yep.
But he never
Almost
had
that Doug Collins like thing, maybe he really couldn't get over the top. So real quick, let's dive a little deeper. Let's go to the other side of that Eastern Conference Finals. That was a sweep. The Cleveland Cavaliers, and I get it. The Knicks are playing great. The Knicks are playing great. But a lot of this was on Cleveland. Like that Cleveland team, we talked about it last few weeks. Like they said, I don't know, Big Perk or something. They've been 1 year away for the last 5 years, right? Cleveland got the bigs. They got a superstar in Donovan Mitchell. They added a veteran in Harden. They still couldn't get it done. As far as a team like Cleveland, and I want to ask y'all this too. Is some of it the competition? They ran into some mental midgets, in my opinion. They didn't get Boston. I still think that Boston Knicks series would have been great. They avoided Boston. They got Philly, who we know like mental midgets, and Cleveland mental midgets. So how much of it is I get it, the Knicks look good, but it's some of it the people that the teams they had to go through. They caught a break. Boston and Detroit getting eliminated.
It's a little bit of both, obviously. Their competition won't be as good as this competition they're going to run into. So obviously the competition too. Cleveland never recovered from game one. Never recovered.
They blew that game.
Yeah. And they never recovered. So if we're talking about Cleveland, then blow it up. Here's the stupid part. When this season just ended and the coach came out with an analytics statement, well, technically we won like 3 out of 3 games analytically. He should have been fired right then and there. Should have. They announced he's coming back. So what does that tell your fan base? That the coach that said, first of all, he got our coach, number one. Then he made an idiotic statement. So no accountability, no what crossing, right? And you bring him back less than a week after you just watched this team do that. So what are you telling the fan base? So James Harden is up for an extension. No, he's not. He got a player option, so he can opt in.
Right.
Which they're gonna resign.
Okay.
Yeah.
Donovan Mitchell is up for an extension. Once you pay Donovan Mitchell, it's over. So, which is why they talking about trading Jared Allen and all that. I personally think, let me see if y'all agree. I think Donovan Mitchell need to get out of there right now. Because what's going to happen is somebody will take Donovan Mitchell.
Somebody gonna take him. But I'm saying, where's he gonna go to get?
I don't have a team.
Like the Knicks don't need him now. I mean,
I don't have a
We're
team.
not trade for James Harden and think you talk about winning the championship. That's the first thing.
right.
He's not that guy.
But he's going to opt in, which means either
they stuck with him.
you stuck with him, so,
Right.
and you traded Garland, so you kind of got to accept you stuck with Harden. So if he opts in and now you play Mitchell, you don't have money to improve the team, and you cannot bring this particular team back. You just simply can't do it. So I say,
wait a minute, because y'all keep saying that, but look at what the Knicks did last year. They didn't blow it up. They just replaced the coach.
I was getting ready to say that. I'm not going to say.
time out.
They just replaced the coach.
Oh, no, let me think.
I'm not going to say.
Who knew on the Knicks?
Nobody. That's the same Knicks
I'm
team
not gonna
last year
say
that
they
blew
got
to the
like
playoffs.
But like you said, the Knicks
DiVincenzo
caught break.
gone, Randall gone, Dante DiVincenzo was gone, Randall was gone.
They been gone.
Hardenstein.
Hardenstein.
Hardenstein only was
Okay,
the Hardenstein
lost
was the last.
I don't
Okay,
think.
you got a point. They ain't do nothing but change the coach and change the style, all that.
Right.
Okay, cool.
Change the coach.
But with this from Cleveland, look, you can't bring this team back, man. This team together doesn't have the heart to win. Let me ask y'all this: who the hell is the leader?
Yeah, but they went from first round, second round. They made it to the Eastern Conference Finals this year.
Do it look like they headed to the finals next year?
I
Because that's the
don't know.
next step. It look like they headed to the finals.
Did we think the Knicks looked like they were headed to the finals this year? Last
Everybody
year?
picked
Lots of people predicted that the Knicks would
Everybody
win
picked the
it.
Knicks because
Oh,
of
they
the
okay. They did okay.
Everybody picked the Knicks to get to the finals
Because
this year.
Cleveland got
You
the.
didn't see Boston
I
coming
think
like
I
that.
think Cleveland got the top.
Boston
How
was
can you
supposed to
say
be
that
there
when
because
James Harden's going to, for lack of a better term, shit the
James
bed at least 2 games every series?
Yeah.
dude, we said this
And there's
a
no
long
explanation.
time ago. We said every time it's a key game or the lights, bright lights are on, James Harden just wins. He show you one game or something like that, but when you really need it, just wins.
Because I tell you, Donovan Mitchell saved his ass game 7
I'm
against
like,
Detroit.
yeah.
He was
What?
terrible. He was horrible in
Horrible.
game
Yeah,
7.
anybody say nothing? 'Cause they
Nobody said
won.
nothing because they won. But he was terrible in the game.
I'm like, yeah.
Really, game 6 and 7, he was bad.
You should have brought the coach back. He
Yeah.
got out coach.
You should have hard thought about that.
He got
Like-
out like coach before you even gave him a stretch. You should have thought about this shit out.
Bruh, you
What
don't
can
even,
we do with the team that we have to change things next year?
bruh, you
Talk
don't-
about what you got. Here's what we got. Here's what we're gonna have to keep. We can't really get rid of him like that. James Harden, because he's gonna opt in.
You traded guard.
Do you trade Mitchell? Mitchell is actually your man on your team.
Yeah,
You
he's the
trade
dude.
him?
He's the dude.
You got Jared Allen. You can get rid of him, but you're really not gonna get rid of Mobley because Mobley is the second best player on your team.
Well, I can't tell.
Well,
Well,
Mobley should be the
What
second.
should be?
What have I
Exactly.
been telling y'all all year, man? I said if this Cleveland team does not win,
We said
blow
this
it
a
up.
month ago, bro.
Do not put this on James Harden solely. He has a lot to do with it. Don't get
Oh.
me wrong. But don't put this on him solely because these guys have been together for, like you said, like Perk said, you've been 1 year away, whatever. Blow it up. Stupid to bring the coach
Somebody
back
in
right
the
away.
comment, we got a comment. Somebody say they heard a rumor, a Mitchell for Giannis in the package.
That would be absolutely horrible.
So you're gonna have
That would be
Giannis
absolutely
with Mobley and
Yeah, I can't.
But Jay Allen be
I
gone.
can't say that. So let's dive a
That
little
would
bit
be
into that.
you putting James Harden back in.
In the point
In
guard
the
position.
number one spot.
Right.
Not
Right.
so. We'll dive a little more into that when we go out after break. So I do want to talk about this Giannis thing. Where? That's the big off season. That's going to be the biggest story of the off season. Where does Giannis land?
Well,
Where can he go? Where he would fit in? Not just fit in, but like if he goes to a contender team, like you said, Cleveland, right? Does he fit with Allen, Mobley,
No, one of them.
Harden?
One of them.
We holding that
Like-
till after the break.
Yeah, we're gonna hold that to after
Allen
break.
and Mobley. One of
So, Sean, I know we about 4 minutes early, but let's go ahead. Let's take a quick commercial break. We're gonna come back and we're gonna get into the Giannis talk. Then we're gonna dive into some other things. So, Sean, when you're ready, go ahead and cue the commercials up for us. 'Cause they even talking about Golden State.
I'm
Like,
about to
I
bring
don't
this
think
up.
like that.
They talking Giannis Houston.
I don't know if
They talking
Sean's still back
Giannis-
there.
They're talking
Oh,
Giannis
yeah, he
Houston.
had
Giannis
Texas.
Golden State.
Operator 901, where's the emergency?
127 Brynmere.
Okay, what's going on there?
I'd like to order a pizza for delivery.
Ma'am, you've reached 911. This is an emergency line.
Large with half pepperoni, half mushroom.
You know you've called 911. This is an
Do
emergency
you
line.
know how long it'll be?
Okay, ma'am, is everything okay over there? Do you have an emergency or not?
Yes.
And you're unable to talk because...
Right.
Okay, is there someone in the room with you? Just say yes or no.
Yes.
Okay, it looks like I have an officer about a mile from your location. Are there any weapons in your house?
No.
Can you stay on the phone with me?
No. See you soon. Thank you.
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
When I'm flying, I put my helmet on, my visor down, my mask up. You don't know who I am. Whether I'm African American, Asian American, Hispanic, white, male or female. You just know I'm an American airman kicking your butt. I'm General C.Q. Brown Jr. Come join us.
No, I don't know though. I'm scared. I mean, you're so
Do you know that you're in my lane? No, not at all. Are you not paying attention? Are you texting? I was just checking in with my mom. I was telling her that I thought we'd be home by 6. It's okay. There's enough time. Just pay attention. I'm not even halfway through my text. There's no way. I'm not even going to look up. My babies are in the car. You have to pay attention. It's just supposed to be a quick text. I'm so sorry.
All right, guys, we are back. And we're going to continue the conversation. We were talking about the NBA offseason after the finals and everything is over. Some of the biggest stories, and the one we started off with is the Giannis story. Where will Giannis land? And better question is, where does Giannis fit? We've heard Golden State. We've heard the Lakers. We've heard, what's some other teams? It's a bunch of teams that they're putting them out there. So the question is to you guys, where? Because we see Giannis' style, right? They bought Dame in Milwaukee. That didn't work out. And we kind of see Giannis' style, a style of play where he's a thoroughbred. He's wild. But I think certain players change the whole dynamic of the team. Like I think LeBron can go anywhere and kind of fit in. He showed you that this year with what he did with being the third option with Luka and Reeves and kind of playing off the ball. Can Giannis do that?
Okay, I thought about this. See if y'all would. Miami needs another star. I think Giannis needs to stay in the East. I don't think he needs to go out there messing with the West. They're too young. He needs to stay in the East. I say Miami. Give him a guard to go along with him in Miami. Get rid of Tyler Hero, all that. They need to blow it up too, by the way. But
they should have been blowing it up.
Miami. I think he needs to stay. He'll be the man in Miami, number one. But you got to give him a guard. You got to give him a shooter, and you got to give him a guard.
To counteract your Miami thing.
Miami.
What Miami got that they're gonna give up for? Because you sure the hell ain't gonna
that's
give
the
up
problem.
Tyler
So now
Hero.
that has to
You need a third team.
That has to be Pat Riley won't want to give up Bam. I think he'd give up Hero first. But the rest of them catch young. Like, or Wiggins still on there or somebody like that. But
yeah, Wiggins still there.
They're gonna have to give up something.
Because it's Giannis,
Tyler Hero.
Because it's Giannis, probably will be a third team. Whoever trades for him, ultimately wherever he lands, it's probably gonna be because of money. It's probably gonna be a third team. But I don't. Let's start with the Golden State stuff, man. Let's.
He don't fit Golden State at all.
Let's put that to
at all. He don't fit Golden
Boston. The Jaylen Brown thing may be real.
They would have to give up Jaylen Brown. I would hate it.
And something else.
But the only thing I can say is why I think he would fit Boston. I'm not saying I want him in Boston. The only reason I say he can fit Boston
Him and Tatum.
is because it's him and Tatum, and then they 3-point shooting.
Well, the reason I like the Miami call because as far as fit, I don't think that's going to happen because Miami would be built around Giannis. You're talking about him coming in to these other situations like a Boston where he's playing with a Tatum or the Lakers where he's playing with a Luka. I think that's going to be a little different. D.Y., what you thinking with Giannis? What's a good fit?
Today is May 30th, correct? 2026.
Sound like a nigga dummy move.
I'm here to tell you that the word has been spoken to me. I have the gospel. And I'm here to tell you, Giannis is going to Chicago.
Wow.
Giannis has continued to drop nuggets. If you watch some of his post-game interviews, his one-on-one interviews, especially when he talks about places that he'd be willing to go, you've always heard him mention Chicago as a potential opportunity. Second piece to that puzzle. Giannis has invested into the infrastructure of Chicago. He's put money into the city. His wife enjoys coming here in the summertime. There is a significant Greek population
in
Chicago.
It is.
It's a home away from home for him. I'm telling you today, Giannis, and we have the money, the draft capital, and so a handful of players that we can throw to a team that could be looking to either dump contracts or add young players.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Giannis is coming to Chicago.
Let me ask you this. Let's ride off the Chicago premise. Y'all know I think that's ridiculous. But let's ride off. Who we bringing with him? Because it can't be Giannis I think Bazulas and Giddy is the only ones they wouldn't touch. Everybody else suspect.
For Giannis, you would.
Yeah, Bazulas, I didn't get them. Bazulas and Giddy,
Those
your two guys.
Giddy, you would give
I
up.
would
That's
say
your
Giddy.
future.
They
For
never
Giannis, you'll give up Giddy.
but they'll give up Giddy.
I mean, is that anybody on the Bulls you wouldn't give up for Giannis though?
I
Like,
mean, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying
That's
is
kinda crazy.
those two
I'm not
are
gonna
kind
get
of your,
somebody
those
else.
two
You
are kind
gotta
of
have
your.
something to build around. You can't just say drop Giannis in it. You gotta give him
That's what I
something.
said.
That's what he's
Who
talking
you
about.
bring it with him?
It depends
That's
on
what
who
I said.
who they draft.
You trade for Giannis, don't you got a free agent coming with him or something? But they ain't coming with a bunch of youngsters.
they got a bunch of money.
So
Well, you
I mean,
gonna have,
the
you gonna
money
have free
addition-
agents that's out there floating around that would love to play with him anyway.
Here's what's gonna happen. Giddy and Buzelis are staying. They are foundational pieces. You bring Giannis in and you draft Caleb Williams, you don't need anything else but some role players. You got to
what's the Bulls pick?
4 and 15.
4 and 15.
Whoa.
So you trade them? What you give them the 4 pick or you give them the 15 pick?
I would try to give them the 15. They would want
They're gonna want the 4.
And a bunch of future first rounders, of course.
I give them
After Will say something, I'm gonna read.
I
this.
got something crazy to throw in with that.
I give them future first. Give them this boatload of second rounders we got.
Well, you draft who they want.
We keep who we want. I'm telling you, all of the chips are there. We got a new GM, young GM, who got carte blanche to do whatever, and he put a unit together. It reminds me a lot of what the Bears did when they put those pieces, bringing in Al Wilson, bringing in Randall L. He's doing that in the GM portion of it. The Bulls have everything that any player, any free agent in the league would look for in a potential team that's starting to grow, that has potential to grow.
You get a real comment first.
I got you. Just because you throw that out there.
Sure.
When he talk about potential, if you bring Giannis here, there's a guy in LA who's chasing a ghost in Chicago. Who might make a move.
Don't do this, man.
Oh,
Don't do this, man. Don't
Just saying.
Well, we throwing it out there today. We throwing it out there today.
all over the place.
Seven.
Throwing it out there. All in. We all in, right?
And it really won't cost you nothing.
So it's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
But y'all throwing it out there.
So we got
Now
a
listen to
comment.
some of these comments. Of course, Jerry Greer is crazy. He said, "And Chicago style gyros are top tier." So here goes some more comments. Say
You got
Giannis
great time.
Say Giannis, going back to what DY said, Giannis brought two multi-apartment buildings in Chicago for a total of $42 million.
Damn.
Say, question for the panel: would you trade for Giannis or trade up the number 1 pick? And rumor has it the Bulls have inquired about trading for the number 1 pick.
Yeah, they have.
They have.
They'll swap picks. I forgot what the deal was handed
4
out.
and 15. They're gonna give up both.
No, they swapped it with one to get AJ.
Right. They want AJ the bastard from
They're going to fight Danny Ainge for that. Utah trying to get number 1.
But
They're
technically,
sitting at 2.
but the problem with Utah is Utah got Jaren Jackson, Markin. They got a lot of bigs. Really, Peterson is the best fit in Utah. They need a guard. They need a creator. So Peterson's the best fit. If you Washington, though, do you take that? You got a chance. You already got Trae Young and AD there. You're probably going to trade AD.
Yeah, they did.
But you got Trae Young there. Do you take the deal the Bulls offered a 4? You're just going back to 4. You're going to get a good player. You're going to get another good player, bunch of future first-round picks. Maybe you force the Bulls to throw in Giddey or somebody like that.
To get number 1 for what?
They want the best. They want AJ the best.
So how will he develop if Giannis is here?
The same way any number 1
What's
pick
the
will
best?
develop on any team.
He's a 3.
What's the best? A 3?
He's a 3.
So you put Giannis at the 4. Who your 5?
Who cares? We just had a whole conversation
But
about
you gotta make
positionless
it.
basketball.
But you got to make it make sense, man. Because
We got a
your
big man.
4 and your 5.
We got a center. What's his name?
Don't say his name. I know you're going to talk
I
about
have
him.
no idea who the Bulls.
The dude got the same name as me. You know you're talking
Not
about
Patrick
Williams.
Williams.
Nah, he ain't a
Oh.
center.
No, he's gone.
They're gonna throw him in.
Any
Just be
package
like,
we
"Charge
put in,
that
Oh yeah, he gone.
he's gonna be a cap casualty.
Yeah,
We gonna trade it to a team and dump him.
Yeah, they're gonna just throw him.
We gonna eat that salary. Please believe it. But he is gone.
So that is interesting. Giannis. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
y'all got some
Giannis to
ass,
Chicago.
man.
That's
And we ain't even gonna call him and tell him. We gonna put a eviction notice on his door. He gonna open his door one day and say, "You have been traded."
And you think about it, down in Chicago, a lot of his fan base still gonna travel.
well, and it's a big market.
Big
The
market.
one thing I definitely can't see him
Going
want
to
to
another
leave
small
Milwaukee
market.
to go to
He not going to
small
another small
market.
market.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I
you're
agree
gonna
with
want to go to a bigger
That's kind
market.
of why I said Miami too. I agree with that. He's not going to another small market. I agree with that. Because this really gonna be his last like
Hurrah.
big deal that he gets. So because he's gonna sign an extension when he gets it. But I don't trip in. I don't really trip off him buying property. Because if you're in Milwaukee, would you rather be in Milwaukee in the summer or Chicago in the summer? So if his wife loves it here, I get that. But you got the late, I get out of it.
Here's the
I
thing.
went back to
Here's the thing. What you saying though? Multi-unit. So this ain't just no
Well,
one
he
apartment.
He ain't buying nothing to live in.
Right.
He buying
One
property
bedroom,
as an investment.
Airbnb, baby. So let's dive into a few other stories, and this is for Pat.
So
Jaylen Brown and Boston Celtics. Been a little drama. Jaylen Brown's been very vocal. I have my own theory on it. I'm gonna let Pat kick this one off since he's
Pat
our
don't
resident
know.
Celtics fan. First question is, will Jaylen Brown be a Celtic next year? And do you want to keep him, or should they consider moving him? Because I don't think him and Tatum, I don't know. But go ahead.
I think he will be a Celtic next year. Do I think he really wants to be there? I don't think it's no rip between him and Jason. The problem is he's coming to his own. He shows he can be a number one.
Right.
And I think that he's kind of ready to get rid of that shadow cast like he's the number two. And he wants to go somewhere and be a number one. That's what I really think. Do I want to get rid of him? No, I don't want to get rid of him. Because I know the potential of them two playing together. But all the light shines on Jason Tatum because he knows that's Jason Tatum's team, regardless of how it's going to be. That's Jason Tatum's team. Jaylen Brown has proven that he can run a team. He can be the man on that team. And he's getting to the point where he wants to come out. He wants to come out that shadow, bro. And I understand.
Well, I tell you, the comment he made
it's a terrible
after the season, the comment he made about this was his what favorite season.
Yep.
Now you just won a championship, and you was the Finals MVP.
And you say
this was your favorite season.
And that's because
somebody should have called him
because Tatum was out. Because he was the man.
He was able to be the man.
He was able to be the man.
But you have to. So here's what he should have did. Once you stepped in it, you didn't walk it back. Well, why don't you say, "Wow, it was your favorite season"? You ain't gonna do that. So that leaves us to interpret. Well, Tatum wasn't there. Your man's wasn't there. Your running mate wasn't there, right? The organization views Tatum as the man. That's Tatum's team. He knows that in his mind. He just in his mind, hey, I just proved I could be the dude, right?
Yeah.
Eventually, $200-300 million players is gonna catch up with the team.
So start losing to Derek Whites and people like that.
So, Pat, I think because I think the situation is gonna get worse before it get better.
You know what? And
I think he don't have a problem with Tatum. I really don't think they have a problem together. That would have leaked. He has a problem with the organization saying that this Tatum's team and not mine. I just proved to you that if he ain't here, I can do the job. But then he'll never get that shine because the team no, this Tatum's team for real. Now you're a big part of it, but it's Tatum's team. And in his mind, he well, hey.
Some of that the media and fans though,
a lot of it.
Scottie Pippen's mentality.
Yep.
There you go.
I'm gonna go with another.
I deserve just as much credit.
I'm gonna go with another one. Kevin Durant and your boy when they was in Oklahoma City. Same scenario. Same Westbrook and James Harden. Same thing. Right. Same thing.
Right. And Westbrook felt, okay.
So the same thing.
Can I play devil's advocate here?
Go ahead.
Come on.
If I'm Boston's GM, in the back of my mind, can I play out a scenario where we get rid of Tatum and build around Brown and the rest of this team? Tatum stays hurt.
Tatum has been hurt the last 2 years.
He blew out Achilles, man. He wasn't even supposed to come back this year.
Man had one major injury.
That was the major injury he had.
The man had one major injury.
He had broken finger, something like that.
The man has had little bitty injuries. He's missed some games. He ain't played a full
Jaylen
game.
Brown has missed just as many games as Tatum has
Yeah.
missed, bro.
Jaylen-
Yes, he has.
He
Yes,
missed,
he
he
has.
missed damn near the whole season.
He had Achilles.
Whatever he had, it does not
Whatever
matter.
he had.
Wait, he had Achilles and he came back, tried him even coming back.
I'm saying I think you have to take that scenario. If you're
Okay,
smart,
play that,
smart
play that.
GM, you have to take that under consideration.
Okay.
Because he had one major.
Maybe you say, will and deal for Giannis, whatever the case may be. But I don't think it's outlandish to think that they could possibly break those two up and still remain a formidable team, especially in the East. I think it's
I don't
something.
think it's outlandish.
I think you have to consider that.
I don't think it's outlandish. You got the wrong guy leading.
That. I don't think it's outlandish, but I think the wrong
Because
person.
eventually, $200-300 million contract, one of them gonna go eventually. That just,
One of them gonna go.
And that's why Jaylen Brown feel that way. Like
the
we're sitting there
salary
saying
cap
that.
go up every year. That's
But remember, new ownership in Boston,
facts.
they may not want to pay $200-300 million salary. You know what I mean?
Jaylen Brown, the leadership you want in your locker room.
damn,
Is it?
dude, you beat me to it. I was gonna say Jaylen Brown's personality.
That's a good question. That's a great question.
So if you look at him right now, what he's saying now,
face.
is he the one that you want to be the face of your team?
You would rather
That's
have
what he's
Tatum.
saying.
But Tatum don't really. Is Tatum a leader?
He's the leader on the
Leadership is
court.
not vocal. Some leadership
right.
is what I
He's
like.
the leader on that court.
It's
Yeah.
a lot of people. Jordan's always going to get credit for the Bulls, but a lot of the players say, "Man, but Scotty would come and tell us what he's thinking and what's going on. He knew how to explain. Mike would just push. You know what I mean? Somebody had even when Kobe was around. Kobe didn't know how to talk to players.
Yeah,
So
Kobe.
let me get Gasol over here to talk to these guys. Hey, man, this is what we looking for.
That's a good point. That's definitely a good point. Because Kobe, I ain't heard one teammate said they like
Kobe led
at
like
all.
look who he took. He led like Mike. So when everybody keeps saying,
I think Kobe was a little worse.
Kobe was an
I
asshole
think
and all
Kobe
that,
was-
I 100% agree with you. But look who his idol was. Mike led the same way. And I agree with you. Scotty is the voice of the team, Bill Cartwright, stuff like that, right? On the Lakers, yeah, they'll listen to whoever else. Like, nah, man, just he cool. And don't worry about what he said, man. Right? And then you can talk to the team like that. Jaylen Brown, you turn the team over to Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown is a bit controversial. So, do the ownership want this being the face of the franchise? You get rid of Tatum. No,
Well, he's controversial because he's vocal. Not his play on the court is he showed this season with Tatum out for 3/4 of the season.
I'm not talking about this basketball.
But I'm saying he showed, and the Celtics was the 2 seed,
Yeah.
and it was the 2 seed. I think media and fan base have kind of pushed this whole narrative, which I will always say is the most disrespectful comment to call somebody Robin. Like nobody wants to be the little dude in the yellow shorts. Like nobody, even growing up as a kid, when you played Batman and Robin, nobody wants to be Robin.
Nobody wants to be known as Robin, but it's a whole lot of guys.
There's a lot of them that are.
A lot of Robin.
There's a lot of them that are.
There's a lot of them who won't say I want to be Robin, but when that pressure get hot,
Give me the ball.
Right.
let me slide over in this cone. You know what I mean? That's what it is.
I mean, that's true. I think Jaylen Brown could be a 1 anyway.
I don't think he could be a number 1 in Boston.
But not as long as Tatum is there. No,
I
he
think
can't.
if you did to some kind of way you work it out and you made him number 1 in Milwaukee, he'll thrive. Because it ain't about his basketball skills. He just proved you he can do that. He can carry a
He
team.
didn't thrive.
I don't think he can be number 1
while
in
Tatum was
Boston.
out.
I really don't.
He did. He right. He was the one when Tatum
Yeah,
was
he
out.
can do. Now he had everybody else. Like Pritchard had a good year. Like everybody helped out.
So
But
what
what
are
I'm
we
saying
talking
is he was the man though. He was the MVP candidate for a minute.
Yeah.
So he had a great year. He proved basketball wise he could do it. I don't think he could do it in Boston because I really think, and you correct me if I'm wrong.
You said he can't do it next to Tatum.
Yes. No, I don't think he could do it in Boston because I really don't think he gets along with the organization. This has nothing to do with Tatum.
But he was
I
just
don't think
doing
he-
it this year, Kev. He kind of
but
showed you that he
To
can.
me, he doesn't feel the organization values him as the number 1 dude, and his ego is coming out. You don't say go on stream and say I think this is my best season. I think this is my favorite season. You don't do that right after you just lost a 3-1 lead. Because now the media, which the season over, you can't question. But I guarantee you going into next year, first day of preseason, camp. Hey man, what did you mean by that? Was that your favorite? Because I would ask. Because you got to explain that.
I asked as soon as he said it. I was like, what the hell did he say?
Right. And so that's controversy that you don't need, man. Because now, I'm asking Pritchard, how would you think about Judge Brown comment? Remember he said that was his favorite. So now you just cause an unnecessary conflict. And I don't think Boston would put him as a leader. I think they'd get rid of him before Tatum.
So is this turning into like a Meet the Browns sitcom, like an AJ Brown situation with the Eagles? Is it turning one of them situations? Is it turning one of them situations where somebody has to go? Is it that far yet?
More is less.
You know what? I'm not gonna say it's come that far yet, but what needs to happen, there needs to be a talk. And I would say the talk needs to happen between him and Tatum. Dude,
that's not the problem. He got a problem with the organization.
I know that, but if they sit down and talk, dude, we came in this moment together. Let's finish up together. Let's check our egos. We ain't talking about who team it is. This is our team. The team goes how we play. If they can have that sit down and talk to Jesus, talk with each other, and realize that it's really neither one of our team. You know what I'm saying? They trying to make me the team, but dude, I can't do this without you. But we've been doing it together. Let's continue this ride together, and we can dominate. If they can have that kind of talk, they'll be all right.
I think that was cool when they were young.
That ain't the problem.
But now they're both. But now they're both at this star status. Because I'm gonna be totally honest with y'all, and I said this when it happened. I think Tatum came back too soon because he didn't want them to win without him. He did not want to. He did not be selfish because he. I personally believe
he come back and hurt.
Did you see that first game? First couple of games he came back. He wouldn't even land on that leg. He had no business.
He was hanging on the rim trying to come.
He got no business coming back.
So here's the thing with that. I don't think he came back because he's being selfish. I thought he really thought he was ready. He got the okay from the doctor, so he wanted to play. That's basketball. You got it in your system. You want to play regardless. If you hurt and you can play, you still want to play. So he came back because he thought he was going to be able to play. Those couple of games he was playing, yes, he was playing because he was scared. He was gingerly on that leg because he didn't know what he was going to do. Now, what hurt them was him coming back and playing on the leg. It gave him a setback because now he got the other injury in the other leg because now he's favoring that leg.
Favor one leg and he
so you shouldn't have came back. He should have went on and stayed. And the doctor should have told him, dude, stay out because what's going to happen is this is going to happen here. They should have predicted that ahead of time, just like we was able to predict that. And he didn't do it.
But the reason I put the selfish label on it is because look at what Giannis did with Milwaukee by still wanting to play, even though they were out of it or whatever, still want to play. I know it's the Bucks, but if Boston had been what everybody predicted in the beginning of the season, this was a down year for them. You know they weren't going to make it. If Boston was fighting for a play-in, would Tatum have came back?
No, he would have came back.
Probably not.
But he came back because he felt that he would be able to help them in the playoffs.
They had a chance to
That's
win.
why he ramped it back up so he could try to help them in the playoffs.
They had a chance to win it. He's like, oh, we got a chance to win. Oh, yeah, okay,
I need to be out here for my team. Now, if they'd have got there and he wouldn't have played, what would have happened? Somebody would look back on him and say, if he was able to come back, why didn't he come back?
Because if you're saying selfishly he did it, now you're saying it really is a problem between him and Brown.
Well, you have to look at diminishing your legacy, right? If Boston would have went on and went to the finals without him, now we looking at Tatum a little different, right?
He had an Achilles.
I'm just saying, but it's the same thing.
The man had an Achilles. He didn't have to.
No, right, exactly. He did not have to come back.
Have to.
But the way Boston was rolling at the time, they were rolling when he came back. They were killing when he came back. Like they were one of the best teams in the league. Would that have diminished his star a little bit if they'd have won without?
No. Why? No.
And it's because they won without?
No. It would have diminished his star. It would have diminished his.
He wasn't even supposed to come back until playoff time, to be honest. That's when he got hurt. You remember he got hurt in playoffs last year.
That's a year injury.
That's a year, right? So you can't diminish him because he decided, you know what, I'm just going to sit the whole thing out. Team rolling, I'm good. You can't diminish him. Man got an Achilles.
You don't think as a superstar, if your team wins without you, just like what happened with the Bulls, right? When the Bulls were that bad foul away from going to the Eastern Conference Finals without Mike, would it look different if the Bulls would have went to the finals without Jordan?
I don't think it would have diminished.
So Mike got an Achilles.
It wouldn't have diminished. To me, it wouldn't have diminished.
Only thing, it wouldn't diminish anything. Only thing it would have did, it would have took Scotty here. because they
Right, you
showed that he
anything, you
could
would
do it
elevate.
without money.
Right.
So that's the only thing.
Because Scotty was MVP candidate that year. Everybody remember Scotty was
And it
MVP.
showed Jaylen Brown was able to do it
And so was
without
Brown.
Tatum. Now, what that would have did was it would have created that controversy. Like, okay, well, now maybe we can get rid of one of them because we know one can do it without Doug.
Well, it would have been
That's
Tatum
what-
because Brown would have done it.
It would have been Tatum because Tatum was hurt. It would have been Tatum.
To be honest, Tatum is an organization, man. That's who they chose.
I agree.
Right.
So you have to roll with that. That's who the organization chooses. That's who they choose. You ain't got to agree with it. Just what happened.
That's what it is. What it is.
Point. They wouldn't. If anybody's gonna represent to be the face head of that organization, it'll be Tatum. It's not gonna be.
Yes.
And I really feel bad for Brown because Brown's a hell of a fine player.
Yep.
But it's this controversy off of the court that keeps him from being that guy that you can push out into the front of your organization.
To me, it's his. But his controversy is more his voice. It's not necessarily he's not getting in trouble. He ain't got nothing like that. He speaks his mind. Right, he speaks his mind.
He's one of them guys.
Would it be the problem if he wasn't in Boston?
No, I think it'd be the same thing because they've spoke about it before. That's why he's not one of those guys in the league like that. And because of his voice and how he's and what he speaks about and how he speaks. So the league doesn't look at him like one of those players that could be pushed into the front of the organization, to the front of the NBA like that.
That's why they would choose Tatum.
Stephen A. and all of them have said it before.
But you can't be out here arguing with Stephen. Like, it's a lot of stuff. Like, the organization, you don't think they're going to have a conversation with him when training camp start?
You think it's going to matter?
Hey, man, calm down with it.
No, I don't think it is.
You're a representative.
Right, it ain't going. I don't think it's going to matter one.
Because
in basketball,
but from an organization standpoint, hey, man, you're a representative of the Boston Celtics. Right? You can't be out here arguing with sports. Like, you bring a negative. Like, at the end of the day, it's still a business.
So,
and he's still going to do what he do. I agree. It ain't going to matter.
that goes back to what I was saying. It doesn't need to be the organization. It needs to be him and Jason Tatum coming and sit down, having them come to Jesus, talk with each other about where they want to go, what they want to do. Because when the organization comes to him and try to talk to him about that, guess what's going to happen? He's going to shut down. He ain't going to hear. Because I already got a problem with y'all anyway, so I really don't want to hear nothing. It's just like the boss when you at work, you doing your job, but he's steady picking on you. You like, man, dude, go ahead on. I already do my job. What you talking to me about? That's how it's going to come to him.
Jason Brown is an intellectual.
He's very smart.
And he's going to
very
smart. He's already got this $300 million locked up already.
Already.
So what you talking about to him as an organization means nothing because I still got IBM,
dude,
MIT waiting on me.
The dude can be an astrophysicist.
Right. So
yeah,
certain guys like that,
you can't talk to them.
It is what it is.
You can't quiet me. You aren't going to control me. You aren't going to tell me.
I already took destiny on my life. I'm already set where I'm at. So whatever you say,
and I'm just as smart as the rest of y'all. I ain't no dumb job.
If not smarter than some of y'all.
I really feel like the media, us as fans, have perpetuated more of this than what's really going on behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
That story lasted just a couple of days. It's the end of that season. Brown was obviously very emotional about it. He did his little social media thing like the day or two after. I really feel like it's not very much left of this issue for that team. They're going to play together. They'll be in training camp together. There won't be any issues. Now, if Brown starts to toot up next season, I think then you have to talk about all of these different scenarios and what you take into consideration. But I feel like at this point in time, it's no longer an issue for this team.
I don't think it is either.
But the team ain't gonna trip. It's them in the organization.
I don't even think it's that.
Now the team might joke with it, make it your ass.
I think it's more than Stephen A. controversy and stuff like that. I don't even think it's that.
But that's not the organization. Don't like that.
All right, guys, let's dive into some other sports topics. A lot of NBA talk. We're gonna have a lot more to talk about. Our next show, the finals would have been began. We're gonna have a little more to talk about. But I want to get into some other sports stories. And before we jump into Kev's story, we had a conversation before the show started. It got pretty heavy. We're gonna get into that in 1 second. I want to talk about a story that's really kind of flying under the radar in the NFL. Let's go NFL. Lamar Jackson and the Ravens have not agreed to an extension yet.
Really?
Yes, they have not agreed to an extension yet. And this is the second time. Remember the first one, he was up his first extension. It was questions, and they were kind of going back and forth. He kind of had to fight.
For the record, wait, he's under contract. It's just that he has 1 year left.
I think it's like a year. I think like after next year. Okay. Like you, of course, you don't ever want to go into your last.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
The last season.
Technically, it's business-wise.
He's up for an extension,
okay.
right?
I got you. Go ahead.
And this was something they said was supposed to be handled by now. It's still not handled. Now, Harbaugh's gone. Harbaugh was a fan favorite, Super Bowl winning coach. Team was competitive every year. Team was good every year. And Lamar Jackson, one of the reasons that Harbaugh is probably gone. I want to hear y'all take on. Is it questions? Because I personally think it is. I personally think it's a question of, can Lamar really take us to the promised land? Because we know in football, I get it, you can get all the individual accolades all you want. But at the end of the day, it's all about winning the chip. And Lamar has not sniffed a Super Bowl or nothing yet.
I'm going to take Lamar Jackson's side because I knew you was going to go there. I'm going to take Lamar Jackson's side. When was the last Super Bowl Josh Allen won?
Oh, same it's going to be Josh Allen too. It's coming up.
When was the last time Justin Herbert ever won a playoff game?
He won, I think. He won one. He ain't got one.
What about Trevor Lawrence? Might see him in the Super Bowl.
He's won the playoff game.
Joe Burrow at least got to it. So I got to give him credit for that. Has he won it? Has he been in the playoffs since? So I say all that to say, let's not do this to Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson is not the single-handed problem of the Baltimore Ravens. Okay. So I agree. Does he need to play better at crucial times, AFC championships and all that? Yes. Does he not need to throw an interception at a crucial time in the fourth quarter? Yes. But I remember the wide receiver fumble. What's his name? Jay Flowers? Xavier Flowers. Mm-hmm. I remember that Mark Andrews dropped the ball when he. Okay. Yeah. So this ain't you can't. Derrick Henry and a little fumbling ball. So now it's time to pay Lamar Jackson. Let's not question when it's time to pay the man.
Well, they paid him money off. They gave him a big contract.
No. I'm not saying they haven't. But what I'm saying is now he's up for an extension. Let's not second guess paying our best player because you feel, can he really take us there? Can he? Yeah, but you thought so because you drafted. So let's not have the questions when it's time to pay him because you didn't have the questions when he was leading you to 14-2 records. You made the AFC Championship. Did you make the Super Bowl? No. But you were winning a lot of games with this cat. So now it's time to pay him.
Well, Dallas won a lot of games with Dak Prescott too.
Let's not. Yeah, most definitely.
They won a lot of games with Dak.
But at least Lamar gets to the playoffs every year. At least Lamar Jackson at least have been, 2 AFC championships? Dak Prescott can't say that. So we can't make that.
Has he been to the AFC? I thought it was the second one.
Yeah, he been to the AFC championship.
AFC championship twice?
Yeah, he lost twice.
Okay.
Now, I'm not saying he had crucial plays that didn't cost him again. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying he's perfect. I'm just saying now it's time to pay him. Let's not question is he the one to take us there because who you gonna replace him with?
But I think when you talking about paying the type of money the quarterbacks are getting paid these days,
that's the market.
That's what I'm saying. That's the market. That's the market. But as a GM and as an organization, I think you always have to question when our expectation is Super Bowl. We're a Super Bowl. Our organization is about Super Bowls,
no doubt.
So when we're there, it's going to fall on the quarterback. Sometimes the quarterback get too much blame. Sometimes the quarterback get too much props. Like it's all about the QB. Mm-hmm. But
I get the smoke. He's gonna get the smoke.
Right. So
I'm not taking that away from him.
Right. So that is also. I don't think it's
wrong. No question his contract because
I don't. Not the contract in itself. I think it's okay to question if he can take us there. I think it's okay to question. Why not?
Why?
Just like it's okay to question Josh Allen.
To pay him. Can he take you?
So you should. Yeah, but that's gonna always be the time when you talking about $70 million a year.
Who you gonna replace him with?
I don't know who you're gonna replace him with.
I'm just saying. You gotta factor that in too.
Yeah.
To piggyback off what Kev was saying, I don't think.
Go ahead.
I don't think it's a question about Lamar because Lamar can get you there. I think it was the totality of team play and coaching. Because we've seen a whole lot of questionable play calling last year with them and with Harbaugh. And like D-Wine said, you had some players who dropped critical passes, who fumbled the ball at critical time, and not to mention, their defense technically was garbage last year.
It was trash.
It was trash.
Right. So is that
And barring his injury, because he was out a significant part of the time last year.
Now he get hurt.
So I can't.
He's been hurt the last few
anything
years.
you want to question is you want to question his health.
That's fair.
Because he has significant injuries, and when he's out for significant games.
And with his style of play.
Exactly.
Or how he plays the game.
So that's the part you might want to question when you're looking to extend him. But other than that, I'm with Kev. You signed him for a reason, and he's shown that he can get y'all where y'all need to be. It's all about health, and the rest of the team play to me. And coaching. Now they got different coaches. Let's see how they come back this year. Let's see if we can stay healthy. Because some of the games we watched, it was like, why aren't they running Derrick Henry? You know what I'm saying? They can't stop the man, but then they go away from Derrick Henry and try something else, and it costs them the game.
Then you focus on the man come back with 200 yards. You could have did that last game.
D.Y., what you got before we move on?
You know, as with any contract talks, especially when it talks about extensions, I think it's one of those things that you just gotta let it play out. Lamar showed up to OTAs.
Yeah.
Something that he hasn't done in years. You know, he got new coach and a new offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
He wants to be
Declan
a part
Doyle.
of this team. The team wants him as their quarterback. They didn't draft, Diego Pavia, but they didn't draft his replacement. There's nobody waiting in the wings to take over this spot. And they are in win now mode. A few pieces away, they kind of re-upped a little bit on the defense through the draft. Had a good draft.
Great draft.
So I think it's a moot point to consider. He's not happy. Things are not well. I just think they crunching the numbers right now. They trying to see, you know what I'm saying? Okay, is it 2 years or is it 4 years? You know, is it the do he want top 5 money? He deserves top 5. He a 2-time MVP for Christ's sake.
And we know he's not going to just sit down and not take anything. So we know he's going to play it out.
He deserves it.
He don't want his money.
He deserves it. Statistically wise, he might not be throwing for 4,000 plus yards a season, but he's giving you everything you got to win, to go and play for a championship.
And he's still acting as his own agent, right?
His mom.
His mom's is still his agent.
Mom.
So we're just crunching numbers right now. The fact that he's all in right now, I think it's a sign. I think it's a sign that he's given to the team and his commitment to being better.
So they can come and treat him right when it comes time.
To improving, learning this new offense. I think this offense is going to benefit him a lot. Declan Doyle comes from the Ben Johnson tree. So you look
at Sean Payton.
So you looking to see what this team now, how they can develop.
Jay Greer is crazy.
Yeah, I see him.
He said, look at Kev Sweat thinking we was going to talk about Jackson Dart and a dual Carter situation.
I see Jay Greer. We're finna get to
it.
Jay Greer. Here's alley-oop.
Jay Greer, let's get to it.
It's coming.
Here we go.
So
the New York Giants and the controversy. I'm going to let Kev take it from here.
Let's get to it. So, as everybody knows, Jackson Dart, quarterback of the New York Giants, recently introduced. Recently introduced the guy in the White House at a rally. But last week, right? What's that? Saturday. Earlier this week, right?
That was last week.
Last week. And the blowback on it has been tremendous all the way around, right? There's been a lot of controversy with it. Not that, and let me say this for a disclaimer. Everybody should be allowed to believe in whatever they believe in. You can host and introduce whoever you believe in. So the controversy started when Jackson Dart, the quarterback of the New York Giants, which means technically you're the quarterback, you're the face of the franchise. You introduced the man that a lot of people dislike. He's one of the most disliked presidents ever. Just check the ratings. The only controversy came when his teammate, Abdul Carter, who was a Muslim, responded by saying, quote, "I thought this was AI. I found out it's not. What are we doing, man?" Right? There was guys like Boomer Esiason on New York radio, Craig, whoever the hell his name is. I'm glad they got him off TV. He's on New York radio too. He's the day show. They got different days and stuff. I followed on IG. The controversy came, they had more emphasis on Abdul Carter's response, right, than they did with Jackson Dart doing it in the first place. Again, you can introduce anybody you want. You can believe in whatever you believe in. Abdul Carter made a statement that the reporter asked, "Do you think Jackson Dart should apologize?" And Abdul Carter said, "No apology. Believe in what you believe in. But let me believe in what I believe in." He's a Muslim. The guy in the White House had a Muslim ban when he first came in. Y'all remember that?
Yeah.
So if your teammate at these times is going on right now, you have to be more conscious. And this is why I blame Jackson Dart. I know he's young or whatever. I blame his agents. I blame the people around him. Yes, the president asked you to introduce him. He did not do it at the White House, which would have been a prestige, honor, and all that. His rallies go how? There's a whole Trump crowd. They tend to be racist, all that. So if you, to me, I'm your teammate, well, you must support this. That's how you really feel in life. That changes the dynamic of a locker room, which is why it brought so much attention. They tripped more, again, off Abdul Carter's response than they did from Dart. So how come?
Well, they tripped more on Abdul Carter putting it out there.
Right.
He tweeted it.
Well, he didn't put anything out. Jackson Dart did it publicly.
Yeah, but nobody
so
knew.
Abdul Carter, everybody knew. Everybody saw that.
I was on the news. I didn't
So
know.
Abdul Carter or any other teammate has the right to respond publicly, right? So if I'm a Muslim and I'm watching my teammate,
but should that cause a divide in the locker room?
Yes.
Why?
Now, ultimately, it won't. Once the season starts, once training camp starts, and they get to the football aspect. But in all season right now, yeah. Because if you're his teammate, and let's say you're a neighborhood.
NFL ain't got no off season. NFL is year round.
Okay, cool. They got OTAs. Okay, cool. But let's say you're from a community, Louisiana, Alabama, whatever. That's where you come from. And you're his teammate, and they doing voting restrictions in your town, or they redistricting, gerrymandering, whatever, to where your people can't do the right thing and vote because of this guy and his administration.
Yeah, but what
and,
so let me ask you.
Hold on. You found out your teammate supports this guy.
Okay.
Right? Okay. So it might not be a big deal to y'all in the locker room. But then just the mere fact Abdul Carter came out with it shows you that he might not be the only one. He's just the one that came out and typed it and put it into the world.
Right. But you don't think it's other Trump supporters that play for the Giants?
Of course.
So here's
but keep it to yourself. There's people y'all know that support Trump.
Here's the problem. And Will, you know this. This is why when you're in the workplace, what are some of the things they tell you not to discuss?
Never talk politics.
Religions and politics.
Yes, sir.
Those are two things that stay off the table when you're in the workplace.
Yeah.
But those can divide a team, not just a team, those can carry all types of controversy for any company. So that's why they tell you to stay away from those.
Right.
And like he said, a lot of us colors, people of brown skin and stuff like that. When we look at the administration right now, we know who his followers are. So when we think about his followers, it hits us a little different because we know what they're looking to do. Well, not all their followers, but we tend to see the majority of his followers are people that don't like people of color. So that's why I think it really played a part when they hit that locker room like that. Go ahead, Will. You was going to say something?
I think the only issue I have is that man's entitled to his opinion.
I agree.
But you got to be able to read the room.
You got to know your
If you
audience.
sit in certain positions, no matter how I feel, I have to be able to read the room.
Exactly.
Right.
And I think that's the only failure at all. What Carter did, again, he said nothing wrong.
He did.
Right.
We took it, or Boomer Esiason, those people took it and ran with it. He didn't say anything wrong. He asked the question. What we doing?
Right.
So we have blown it up more to now it is a locker room issue.
It is.
And
Because
for the record, he addressed his teammates at OTA.
He did, and
He
again,
addressed his teammates.
no apology needed. Man, that's how you feel. That's how you feel.
Right.
But from my perspective is, young guy didn't really read the room well, no matter how you feel. But if you think those teammates who come from different backgrounds don't look at him different, you're lying to yourself.
Oh, definitely.
My former career as a firefighter, hey man, that dude on the back behind me really backing me up.
Right. Yeah.
Was he having a flash at this moment? You know what I mean?
Right. Did he just leave one of the speeches?
Did he just nut up?
Right.
Did
So if I'm
he
on
miss that block on purpose?
If I'm on the football field, which is still going.
So
If I'm on the football field, you have to think about that. It doesn't make it right or wrong. It's just we taking it a certain way as fans. Dart to the, hey, you know what? I was asked to do this. What I did, maybe I should have thought about it a little bit more.
Here's the real thing though. Had you did that at the White House, that's a prestige honor. Hey man, I never been in the White House. The president asked me, I did it, right? Not giving his political views, but we can kind of see who you support. So, cool, White House. That's once in a lifetime. You did it at a rally, and you know how Trump's rallies is. So for you to do that at a rally, and then he tried to play it off. I'm gonna give him this. Go Big Blue. Go. He tried to play it off. Crowd was like, right? Crowd ain't even right. Now, he'd have done better doing it in New York. If he did it in New York, and the Giants fans, he could kind of play it off. Ain't nobody really look at the real issue. Real issue is, and that's why I say I blame his agent. I really don't. He got to be more. He can't be that naive to know there wasn't gonna be backlash to that. He has to know. Okay, man, this might not look good, man. Let's do it. You know what I mean? My teammates, right? You got to at least know.
That's really what it is. It's just controversy behind
That's it. And do you think when training camp start, stuff like, you don't think the New York media is gonna ask him, what are you saying, Trump, man? What made you? You don't think he's gonna get those?
Well, yeah, he's gonna bring that on himself. But I'm gonna let DY go. I'm gonna let DY go. Let DY go.
The Giants PR people can try to, hey man, we ain't talking about that. They can try all they want. The New York media is gonna ask.
Well, and the team's going to be instructed as well.
And it's smart answer would be,
the team.
I've addressed it. Keep it moving.
Move on.
Right. I'll talk to my. Yeah, go ahead.
I think once training camp starts, this won't get discussed anymore. We, the media, fans, perpetuate this, make it a story, and there is so much emotional, so many emotional ties to politics right now. But I think once the season really starts, I think it will become a moot point. I think those two guys will still be the best of teammates, even playing opposite sides of the ball. I just think it was a bad look for Jackson Dart. If you notice, there are other bigger names at the quarterback position that may be supporters of the president, but don't showcase their affiliations. If you think Tom Brady ain't down with him,
Right.
Sadly mistaken.
And them tax breaks and all that.
If you think either one of the NFL owners ain't down with him, you sadly mistaken.
Almost all of them are down with him.
They his boy.
They his boy. So I just think for the team's sake, and to Will's point, I think your media relations has to kind of stay in front from now on, because at some point in time, something else may come up with whatever. Mm-hmm. I just think the New York Giants football team has to stay in front of this. So, hey, Jackson, if you planning on doing this again,
we need to know in advance.
Let us know,
so we can take care of this.
And let us get in front of it.
Great point. And who was this? You got a comment. So then there better be no pushback from anyone when black players wear Black Lives Matter t-shirts. And I don't think it is going to be any pushback. I don't think it ever will be. It's something like, is most of it because of the position he's in as the quarterback.
He's the face of the franchise.
He's the face of the franchise.
And that's why, like Will say, you got to read the room.
Right. Because if the punter or kicker had went up there. Nobody
would
was
Reggie Trump had in his locker.
Yeah.
And somebody asked him about it. He never put it on. He just pushed it further back in his locker. And it's a friend of mine and left it at that.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. And remember, football, as much as team, it's not different from basketball, right? Basketball, 12, 15 guys, y'all kind of got relationships. Football is really like 3 teams in one. Because a lot of defensive players don't interact with the offense at all. You can look back at the 85 Bears. Any of them ever talk about Jim McMahon, the defense? They didn't have no relationships with him. I'm just saying, but they never really talked about him back when Jay Cutler was with the Bears. Urlacher and them never, they didn't have relationships or anything like that. So it shouldn't affect anything on the field. And it's possible that it was just a big reach because it's the off season and a slow story. We needed something to talk about.
Did he put a target on his back from other teams?
Definitely.
Yeah, defensive players.
Yeah. They gonna try to key in on him.
And I don't care what y'all say. There's gonna be a missed block by one of the offensive line. I guarantee you.
No, you missed a block.
I ain't buying
you
that.
cost my quarterback an injury.
No, they gonna be blatant.
Right. You cut your salary going like
Well, they
that.
barely blocked him last year, so what's the difference?
He was calling stupid plays. He was just running full straight ahead like he was scalloping. Those plays won't be called this year. That's what that was. They was calling plays for him to literally run. But those plays won't be called.
So wait a minute. Let me get this straight. Harbaugh was the coach in Baltimore, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Lamar was his quarterback, right?
He got those plays.
And Lamar got his chin checked a few times too many, right?
He done had 5 concussions.
But it's not going to happen in New York. Okay.
With another quarterback who want to run.
No. Not when you have a quarterback that have 5 concussions in 5 straight weeks. No.
Well, you might not get the play ran, but
I'm
you
not
know he's going to run it.
No, I'm not saying
he's
he's not going to run, but he was specifically running up the middle like he was scalloping, bro. I don't think those.
I mean, here's the thing. What's hard with that? Your style of play is your style of play. It's hard to come in and say, don't play with a reckless abandon. That's how he got to the league.
Yeah,
he wouldn't have got to the league if he wasn't doing that. That's how.
I'm saying he's not going to run, but he was running like he was scalloping, bro.
Well, yeah, he got to learn how to
you
get down and things like that.
You can't take away his running the field. I'm not saying that at all. But look at some of those plays, bro. Like, what are we? Then he down.
Careful, man. Y'all give Kevin emotional flashback.
Right. Yeah. Of all they won score games that he keep talking about. But that's the story. We'll see what's going to happen in OTAs with that. So I think we got about 8 minutes left. Hey, let's bring it home. We never talk baseball. But we got a little baseball to talk.
Oh, yeah.
We got a little baseball to talk. Social media been on fire. Yeah. Social media been on fire with this Cubs White Sox thing. When the Cubs went on that 10-game losing streak, I seen a bunch of arguments on social media. I seen a whole bunch of arguments on social media. But to me, this is good for Chicago baseball. Because I ain't watched the White Sox game all last year. I'm starting to watch them again. But when the Cubs and Sox at each other's throats, it just makes it that much better, right?
Marcus with the walk-off home run last night, baby.
White Sox with another walk-off. And I know, but with that being said, with the Cubs, I think expectations are different, right? Everybody's expecting the Cubs to at least be in contention this year. No one expects nothing from the White Sox this year, right? But they playing way better than we thought. So is this bringing Chicago baseball back to prominence? Like we paying attention, like it's really something going on.
I think you'll get some crowds at I'm still calling Comiskey. Just give it y'all talking about. I think you'll get some crowds at Comiskey.
That was 7 names ago.
That's what I grew up on. That's where I went. But I think you'll get some crowds this year. I think the fan support will be more this year for the Sox. And I think this young group plays. I'm not saying they're gonna win anything, but if they play, man, have a great year that people didn't expect, I think the Sox, because the goal is improve, and finally get a free agent, finally get a pitcher, or finally get a right. You want to add to the team's best so you can elevate. The young guy, I have no idea who they are. No.
Oh, they got some young dogs.
But they balling.
Sox got some young dogs.
They balling. So the kids, okay, okay, and somebody say, you know what, I'm gonna go play Chicago. I'm gonna play with these young boys, right? You want to improve. Because expectations are different.
Trade deadline, if the Sox in contention, that division's kind of weak this year.
I was gonna say,
look at Detroit.
That's what I was
The
gonna say.
division is weak this year. The Sox got a chance to actually go to the playoffs.
One of the reasons is because this year the division is
trash.
Cleveland and all that. And Detroit and Suns, I don't know what the hell happened to Detroit. Kansas City is Kansas City. So they literally got they course though.
They got a shot.
They got a shot.
Actually got a shot.
already know
DY,
he
resident
coming. He coming.
baseball guy. Come on, DY.
So, tell of two, not the tale of two cities, but the tale of two sides of town. The Sox, great young team to watch, a lot of energy, and they got the youth behind them. Murataka, great playing, having a great season, hitting the ball long. News just came out today. He's out 4 to 6 weeks.
What?
With a hamstring.
He was grabbing it last night.
Yeah, he's out 4 to 6 weeks with a hammy. So we're going to see what this team is capable of in this stretch, during this stretch while he's out. Can they continue on making waves without they power in the lineup? Vargas walk off last night is eerily similar to watching what Caleb did last year in those 7 games where he brought the team from behind and how it created so much excitement after watching bad teams for so long. I think that's where the Sox are right now. We feel that in the city. The energy is somewhat infectious. It started from the Bears last season. The Sox have continued. You know, we'll see what happens with the Bulls this year and the next coming years. They can bring in young talent and some other players. But I just think they are fantastic to watch. Now, on the other side of town, you got the team with lofty expectations, picked to win their division early in the season, and they're slumping. 2 10-game losing streaks is not good. They're not playing good, but they're also missing their pitching.
Yeah, they got a lot of people out.
You got like 3 pitchers out there.
But the bats have not come alive, and I don't think I feel like they relied on the pitching to take them through this year, and they didn't prepare for having score more runs in this lineup.
The bats was rolling earlier though. Early in the year, the bats was rolling.
They were killing. They were killing. But as the bats stall, so goes that team.
But everybody over 500 in the Cubs. Like they got a better division.
They got a more competitive division. I'll give them that. But I think you'll see more commentary, for lack of a better term, if the Cubs continue to reel, if they don't bounce back, if they don't make the playoffs. It's really going to be a lot of criticism coming for that team. They've invested a lot of money in those players. And PCA, they gave him all of this money, had a great season last year, this year.
We've been sounding soft this year.
Batting in the low 200s. Defense has suffered. So
let's start with the crowd stuff. Stop.
What you mean the crowd?
Oh, well, Jay, he got into it with the fan.
Jay Greer say the Cubs ain't been the same since that Sox series last week.
And I think, but that's what makes it better for the rivalry, right? Right after the Sox win that series, they're going to take game losing streak. So that makes it even better. Hey, man, I personally think baseball is back in Chicago. It seemed like it had died out
So I say you're gonna get
for
surprised
a while, man. It seemed like it had died out for a while. Yep. All right, guys, we're going to do our parting shots. And let's start with Pat. Kick us off.
Yo, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. It's a beautiful day out here. We're going to be here for a day party starting at 3 o'clock. We're going to be celebrating some of these two-faced Geminis, but we're going to let them have their time. Again, just good times with the fellas, and we'd be remiss if we didn't say thank you to our sponsor for the day, Misty Blue and Ed Frank Mobile Cigar Lounge. So I had to get it back in here before we left.
Yes, thank you guys for coming out, doing your podcast at Ed Frank Mobile Cigar Lounge. And if anybody's interested and want to enhance your event, please reach out to me on Facebook or Instagram of the Ed Frank Mobile Cigar Lounge. If you want to book it for any birthday parties, weddings, venues, corporate events, golf outings, I'll be available to come out for you.
DY?
And check our schedule because it's busy.
I ain't saying we got to go home, so thanks everybody for tuning in.
Kevo?
Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thanks, Mr. Blue. You got to stick to y'all. Support.
Yep, Ed Frank Cigars.
It's a bad boy. That Ed Frank is cold. That Ed Frank is cold. On that note, with that being said, man, thank y'all for tuning in. We will be back week after next. What's that? The 13th?
The 13th.
Yes.
We'll be back June 13th. We're going to talk NBA. We're going to do the whole nine. So with that being said, as we always do after every show, where there's smoke.
Yes, sir.
Thank you to our producer, the Superback Sean. We out.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy birthday, Sean.